Good morning. It is Sunday. I woke up really late. I woke up at 11 when I was supposed to wake up at 8:30, but that's okay. So I just showered and washed my hair, still wet, but I need to get up right now because otherwise I'm gonna be late. And as I told you, I have booked a time for the museum, so if I'm late I won't be able to get in. So yeah, I wanted to take the bus to get there, but if I take the bus I'm gonna get late. I'm gonna be late too, so we're gonna choose, unfortunately, the metro, the subway. And yeah, I am a bit worried. I don't know exactly how it's gonna be. I have never visited a museum since the lockdown and since everything is really regulated. Hopefully this is gonna be better with fewer people, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, I am going to try and film as much as possible inside to show you the exhibition and to show you also the museum itself, because it's such a beautiful, beautiful place. And after that, I am planning on stopping by the Korean and Japanese supermarket to grab a few things that I need. And unfortunately, after that, it's back home and finally marking those essays for le baccalaureate. So let's go! So before we get further into the video, I want to thank Skillshare once again because they're kindly sponsoring this video. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love Skillshare. I've been using them for years before partnering with them, and I have talked about them in my videos previously. So Skillshare is an online learning community, which is great because it has a very wide variety of topics and fields and disciplines that you can learn, that you can improve yourself, and that you can get classes on, ranging from, I would say, writing, drawing, photography, video editing, which are the things that I'm most interested in, but also, for example, graphic design or web development, or learning how to do your finances, or freelancing, or music even, really, which is not something I'm really into, but I know that many of you are. And it's also great because it's very affordable. It's $10 a month, and if you want to try it out for yourself without having to pay, the first 1,000 people who are gonna click on the link below are gonna be able to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So that means they will get access to all the classes, and then you can decide for yourself, really. So recently I bought myself an iPad and I've been using Procreate. I've talked about that on my Instagram as well, where I share some of my illustrations, and therefore that's probably in the classes I'm most into. So I particularly love this class because it's easy to follow, really easy to follow, easy to put in practice with my own style, which is something I'm very into because what I really want is to develop my own style. So learning how to use Procreate to better fit my desire and my artistic vision, if I may say so myself, is really, really useful and beneficial. So thank you again to Skillshare, and I can only encourage you to check out the link below to get a free membership trial. So yeah.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying.
Now walking towards the museum. I am just around Le Louvre, which is of course another museum. But yeah, I just have to walk for like maybe 10 minutes or something, and then I'll be to the museum. I don't know if I can film inside, but yeah, for now I'm just gonna show you a little bit what's around me because it's, wow, it's quite beautiful. So are you ready? Okay. So now you walk, and here you have the Louvre. Okay, everything is Le Louvre actually.
I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all.
I don't know if you can hear me because there are so many cars, but in order to get to the museum I have to cross La Seine. So it's going to be beautiful, and I want to show you that. So this is one of the bridges in Paris. It's quite wide actually. And so if you just walk a little bit, ta-da! And that's the museum right there. You can't really see, but on the other side you have Notre Dame, the city island. So yeah, and behind the museum, just this little thing right there, it's actually the Eiffel Tower. So yeah, it's nice and beautiful and strangely peaceful and empty of people, which is very nice.
Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong.
As I told you, here you have the museum that I'm going to. In the back right there is another museum, and just in front of the museum is actually the Tuileries Garden, so it's such a nice area to walk in and to visit if you're in Paris, because you can go to the museum, enjoy the Seine sightseeing, and then you can have a little picnic or something in the garden, so it's pretty nice. That's the museum itself, and if you look really closely you can see there are city names on top. It's actually because this used to be a train station and now it's been converted into a museum, and it's actually one of my favorite museums in Paris. So okay, now let's go, really, or I'm gonna be late. I am out of the museum. The exhibition was absolutely wonderful and brilliant and beautiful. I think I'm going to talk a little bit about the paintings I really liked when I'm back home with you. Not sure it's interesting for everyone, but it was just so beautiful. Now I'm walking through the Tuileries Garden, which is such a lovely place. And I'm really tired right now. I walked 10 kilometers yesterday and I walked today again. I haven't had lunch, so I'm feeling a bit tired. So I am just going to get to the grocery part of the day, the Korean supermarket, and I'll be back home and I'll debrief with you the exhibition, which was just, as I said, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And now I have to put on my mask again. Great. I really wanted to show you that because it's just one of the things I love the most. I will never get tired of this alley of roofs. Gray, bluish gray, just above the trees. It's so nice, so beautiful, and it goes all the way. It's so nice. And just there in the middle, I don't know if you can see, it's actually the Vendôme Square. So that's not where we're headed, but it's really close to. Yeah, beautiful. Alright, so this is a voiceover. Before ending the video, I wanted to tell you a bit more about the artist of the exhibition. So his name is James Tissot. He was a French painter born in 1836 and dead in 1902. And I absolutely fell in love with his work. So he spent quite a bit of his time in England, which is why he chose the name James, which is not his real name. His real name is Jacques Joseph, which sounds a lot more French. I absolutely loved his paintings, which is really interesting because it's not necessarily the kind of paintings I usually like. So he has had different periods in his creation. You have some paintings that are focused on women, and I absolutely love them. The use of color is quite wonderful in my opinion. The colors are so deep and vibrant. It almost looks like a photography sometimes that you would draw over. And I absolutely love how you could almost feel the texture. It was just beautiful. I also love the way he painted flowers and nature. It was beautiful. And he also had a period or a phase in, I would say, in his paintings that were more focused on religion, and the style was really different too. So the colors were a lot more subtle, a lot softer, and of course the themes were all or almost all religious. But I also found them to be a bit modern and a bit different compared to the religious themed paintings that you would see usually. So if you do not know him or his work, I highly suggest and encourage you to check him out because that's pretty wonderful. Honestly, it's some paintings were really, really big and some were really small, but like the density of the subject and the details and the paintings and the depth was equal no matter the size of the paintings, which was quite remarkable as well. So all in all, it was a great discovery, and I would love to know more about him and acquire a few books about his paintings because that was just absolutely beautiful. So that's the end of today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you enjoyed visiting Paris with me, and I hope you're doing very well with the lockdown because I know it's rough and museums are closed now, for us in France at least. Bookshops are closed, we cannot go out. It's difficult, so if you're in a similar situation, I hope that this vlog was a sort of escape from our daily lives, which are a bit gloomy right now. I hope you're doing amazingly well nonetheless, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.